Guess what, everybody? It's Dana Snyder time.
Oh, wow. All right. Curb your enthusiasm,
I
please.
get the couch again, Dana?
Oh, yeah.
You're the
'Cause
best.
you can fit on it. Mostly because I'm lazy and this is the closest to the place to leave.
Oh, my goodness. Well, good morning, everybody. How's everybody feeling? Awesome. Welcome to GalaxyCon. Of course, we're here with Dana Snyder to talk about Adult Swim. Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. This might be a repeat of
What?
yesterday.
How many people were here yesterday? How many today only? Or just came today? Okay. Like about 50-50 maybe. Of the hands that were just up, keep your hands up. Of the ones who just came today, how many are also staying for tomorrow? Oh, some guys did this. A little extra, little showboating. Put it up a little bit higher on that note. Okay, just curious. How many people have never been to the Raleigh GalaxyCon before? Oh, okay. Good job. Oh, yeah. Yep, the Jedi's like, yeah, this one over here. I got a real rube. Got a real salad over here. You know what I mean? Green. All green. Well, welcome. Hello. Thank you. I don't know what we're going to talk about Adult Swim for an hour. The shows are only 11 minutes long. But if you have a question, I can try and answer it. I'm not sure. Yeah, no questions. Okay,
No
great.
questions yet. We might have some in a little bit.
But we'll have a great time.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's a little more tired from yesterday. The initial Thursday white-hot excitement
Oh, yeah.
is now just like the embers in the fireplace. They're still hot. They're going to burn you if you touch them.
Yeah.
But they're just a little more. Now it's just the warmth. The sweaty, everybody. I was up very late last night preparing gifts for our things tonight. We have a party tonight. It's a paid party. But don't worry, because there's a free one tomorrow during the day. If you don't want to go to the one that's the cool one, because you get all this extra stuff. We have food, and you get drink tickets, and you make it's like one of those VIP things they do, you know? Except we thought, why don't we do that, but make it actually seem like you were getting something for your money other than just standing in a room with a guy from a movie for 45 minutes. So it's a lovely party. We have lots of delicious food. We've got drinks. We got top shelf entertainment, if you consider this sort of thing entertainment. Got some great prizes this year. Everybody leaves with a good one. Year everybody got Yeti cups. We made a lot of Yeti fans. Oh, yeah, you got that. Yeah, okay. Thank you. That's one of the Tobins I can barely see. But, yes, okay. Oh, a question. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Keep it up, but hold on, please, Trey. No, keep it up.
He's ready.
Yeah, okay, but just wait a minute. Well, questions are in the second half, but I want to remember you were first, so keep your hand up for 30 minutes. Better be a great question. Okay, fine. Put it down again anyway. He doesn't care. It's already lawless in here. We've been in here 12 minutes. This convention's been open for 16 minutes, and everything's already out of control. Trey, stand up. What's your name? No, we don't need to get violent in here, okay? Some people don't listen to anything I say. I want them to hear from you so they know my psychic abilities. What's your name? Yes. What is your question? It's like a real question.
I know.
Doesn't have anything
came
to do with the
prepared, this
party
guy.
tonight. You know what? I'll allow it. You can sit now. I'll hear from
He's
the
willing
defense.
to do anything you want at this point.
Yeah,
I like Trey.
I feel like we're gonna get. By the way, questions can be about anything: relationship advice. If you're fighting with your brother-in-law or something, we have a lot of. We're like a think tank up here.
Oh, yeah.
Sharing, caring, healing relationships, creating a beautiful community of people. And here today, everyone, when you leave this room, you'll look at each other, you'll give a knowing, yes, we were there. One day, your great-grandchildren will be sitting around you in a chair, much like the groundlings here, saying, oh, Grandma, tell me about that when you did the greatest night of your life. You're like, yes, it was at 11 in Raleigh on a Friday. We went to a panel. I was reintroduced to myself. My life has changed. It's been nothing but positive. That's why I was president 6 times, and I'm a billionaire, and I'm not leaving any money to all of you. What is it? I don't know what LJ is. What's that mean?
Is that me?
Oh, Elgin.
You know, people mess my name up all the time. It's the best. Elgin is my name, but Egon, Elgin, Eglin, Egg McMuffin. It's like every day. When I go to Starbucks, I just say David.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you, talk about names.
Yeah.
There is a lady at my post office who's like the nastiest. She's not nasty, but she's like, I don't know, she's probably like a 62-year-old. Now she's like a tiger grandma. Like everything's got to be, perfect, everything else. Every time I go to pick up a package or whatever it is, and she's older, she's Korean. She's always like, she laughs every time she looks at my thing. She goes, "Oh, Dana," lady name. Every time I laugh. Every single time. And her name is Bong, B-O-N-G. I would think there would be like her in Valley Village, like probably people laugh like stoners or something, like, "Hey, I want to smoke your mom, dude." There'd be at least a little like mutual respect of like, yeah, well, But no, every time, I mean, years, every time, still laugh, little snicker.
Like, lady name.
Yeah, every time. She goes, "Oh, no, I need to see your ID." Sure, like, Then she's making like, did I write Dana over it? Like, did it really say Dan? I maybe put an A because I'm trying to steal somebody's stupid package of Disney pamphlets or whatever the hell I bought on eBay. Oh, God, it's so early. Okay.
It is.
Trey, the energy recording Squidbillies, if I remember your question right, is relatively non-existent because everyone records separate. So there was never we never record together. Like a lot of cartoons record together, but not that one. Most of the ones on Adult Swim I've done, they don't, because everybody's in a different city, and it would be like too organized to have everyone in one room together. So like, and also, at least with shows that Dave Willis does, everybody does like a lot of improvise lines. So that also can, I mean, if you have like 6 people, I found this out. So when I do this Lego Star Wars show, I went in the first time and like we were all there together. And then like after that, I was only going in by myself. I played Graballa the Hutt. It's like a Jabba the Hutt's cousin. I know all of your favorite character in the Star Wars universe. You don't have to say it. I already know. That's why I'm the star of Star Wars Con when they do it at the Disney parks. Graballa the Hutt's here? Ooh. Yes, it's me in the flesh. What an integral part to the Star Wars universe. But I ever would go in then, and then I was always in by myself. And I thought everybody was going in by themselves. And then it was like the last day, they're like, "Well, we brought you back in with all the rest." So what do you mean? Well, we always record you alone because we want you to improvise, and we don't want anyone else to improvise. But also then we don't want to like have everybody sit there while we play with you for 2 hours of doing like, "Oh, let's try it like this," or "Let's do something with this things." So it was like seemed like a compliment, but also like a punishment. Like I couldn't, and I get it because they don't want. If I did a show once, I think this was for Adult Swim, since you asked, Trey. I did a show once. It was like a pilot. I can never say the name of it. It was called like Girlilla. Okay? So it's like, imagine you're in middle school, but your best friend, and you're all like little, I don't know what they call them now, little Tweety Boppers or some, listening to your Sabrina Carpenter music. But like then also one of your sweet, cute girlfriends is like a 700-pound gorilla. But she's still like, "Oh my God, guys, we gotta go." It's like, so it's like weird.
Yeah.
It was just humans and this weird gorilla.
Which role were you?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember. Like the gorilla, I mean, it was kind of adorable because she was like literally just voiced by like a 14-year-old girl. And she was like, that's so cool. But it was like this big silverback gorilla, like, But this other guy I went in to record with, I mean, I don't know I don't remember what his name was. I don't know if he's famous or not or whatever, but he came in, he had like sort of a cool dude suit. And he was like, not very old. We were probably the same age. And at the time, that was probably like late 20s or early 30s, maybe. And he was like, we did our first lines. And they brought me in because they wanted me to put some stink on things. But he's like, guys, I should tell you right now, I'm pretty good at improv, so I'm just going to do a lot of these lines improvised. And they could see him go like, oh, God. And then he would proceed to, like, just do the worst improvisation you've ever heard. It was like, if it was like, hey, we got to go out on a date, girl-illa. He'd be like, hey, girl-illa, we got to go out on a date. I thought that was pretty funny, right? He would just, like, flip the words around. It wasn't, like, really, he wasn't adding anything. But it took so long because he refused to, they want to be nice to like, and who knows, maybe some oil will come out of the ground after mining it for hours or never happened though. But I think you don't want to do that because some people will be very encouraged to get gummy and start flapping around. And I do not try to improvise when I go and record. I'll do it if they ask. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, people worked real hard writing that stuff for a reason.
Right.
Sometimes they don't. I mean, sometimes they still work hard, but they'll say, like, we wrote this, but just do something else if you have, like, some shows they know that's what they want.
Yeah, and most of the time you do the script straight.
Yeah.
Give them what they asked for, and then come back and improvise.
This is, like, the most real panel we've ever done.
I know, right? I feel like
I'm out of my comfort space. Very badly. Yeah, like they'll do, like for Aqua Teen, we'd always do, all the shows I did with Dave, like, we'll do the line as written, whatever it is, We'll do it a couple times. We just do one at a time. We don't go through the whole thing. We do one line. Like, all right, line number 5. And usually you get your script and sometimes it's not even the whole script. It's just your lines. But then they started sending the whole script, and our joke was always, they'd be like, did you get a chance to read the script? It was literally handed to me like 12 seconds before we walk into the booth to record. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's great. It's a dynamite. It's the best one. What a chestnut. That's going to be, oh, boy, they're going to love this forever. How'd you like the end? Fantastic. No clue what the end was. Boy, they just walked out, and I know why. 2 guys talking about themselves up on stage. The death knell of panels. But that's like what every panel is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll do a line a couple times and then screw around with it. And, like, I'll screw around with it. And then Dave will think of something else. Like, oh, yeah, do that, but also say this. And sometimes we get great lines that were not even close to what was in the script. But then other times we do exactly what was there because they were, it was the better choice to move whatever type of story an episode of Aqua Teen ever possibly has. Yeah, that's the end.
When you're
that's how this goes. I'm sorry, this is all it's going to be. We're not talking about Dorito flavored Taco Bell shells today. We can if you want, but it's got to be a question.
And it's Friday. So remember, F is for Friday. We can actually.
Oh, yeah, F-bombs today on Friday. Sorry.
Yesterday we had to keep it clean.
I'm looking for youth. Make sure I don't offend anybody.
So I was going to ask you, when you get a script.
You've never been. You don't know how these go. Yesterday was spectacular. We had all kind of fun stuff or throwing money out. Today, nothing. You got to know. Always show up on the Thursday. That's when the money gets thrown out and the fun stuff.
Free Doritos
Today's
for everyone.
Like they walk around and smell everybody's sweatiness and yeah, the papadillas. Oh, we were flinging those babies out. No one wanted a papadilla. By the way, back there. So you don't know. I'm sorry, everybody. We got to catch her up to speed. She's never been to one of these. Back there's people who live back there, and they're going to be there from like this past Wednesday, till about Monday in the afternoon, just like coiling cables, and then they're never allowed. Oh. No, I didn't. I did. They're never allowed to leave. They're wildly underappreciated. Most people don't even know there's people back there making all this happen. Am I right, Will? Was Will back there? He left. Yeah, see? Help me. Yeah, but they just, on a Thursday, they truck in like 12 Papa John's pizzas that they're expected to live off of for the next 4 days. And then they get tricky about it. They take the cheese off to make it seem like a different type of food and try and Frankenstein it all together. Like, I'm eating ramen noodles. It's just strips of pizza and, Yeah. Yeah, they eat them pepperoncinis, which are like the wrinkly
And
Italian
which are
spicy
not
ones.
banana peppers.
Not banana peppers.
We've established this yesterday.
And then in like burger places in L.A., like real ones, like a guy owns it, like it's his name. It's like, like Bob's, well, not Bob's Burger. All right, forget about that.
That was too on the nose. Yeah.
Like Charlie's Burgers. And you order, and guess what? The guy's name is Charlie. Like a local place, they always put these little sport peppers in the bag. Like there's a place called Jack's Classic. Since you asked, Trey, I'll tell you. Jack's Classic, you get a burger and fries, and it's like, the building is probably as big as these 4 panels here. It's just a window and picnic tables outside. But if you get a burger and fries, they get a brown paper bag. They throw the fries in. Nothing, no wrap, whatever. You don't need it. Jack don't give a dick. He don't care. Throws the fries in, then they wrap the burger, he puts that on top, and then he takes like 4 of these sport peppers and just throws them in the bag. Because I think it's a thing out there. They like eating these little, and they look like baby pepperoncinis.
Oh, those little tiny ones. Yeah,
They're equally as unnaturally colored. They're that same like neon yellow that pepperoncinis are. That by the way, do not occur in nature. I don't know how that happened. What weird Italian alchemy 100 years ago discovered pepperoncinis, and we're going to make them neon yellow. But every one of them, not a pepperoncini fan. But the sports peppers are the same flavor. The same color, but they're like real tight, no wrinkles. They look like little baby ones before they grew up to be a pepperoncini. Did that answer your question, Trey, about pepperoncinis? Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, my God.
Ooh, we got 45 minutes left. Here we go. We got another hand up. Should we leave him up
Whoa.
for 30 minutes or what?
So you never got to meet Charles Napier and get Russ Meyer stories out of him when you were doing
No. Next question. No, I'm kidding. He was like the original. Do you know who Charles Napier is? I know you do. Don't put your hand up. You're established. I need to ask each person in here individually. He was like a great character actor. I think his most famous thing was but he was in Silence of the Lambs. He's like the one guard that when Hannibal Lecter escapes, he's like hanging up with his like skin all open like butterfly wings and stuff. Like, he's just like a country dude. He's like from Kentucky or something. But he actually got fired from Squidbillies because he was union in the actors union, and he agreed to do it. And then the union found out, and so they said, you can't do. You can either do it, or you can do it and leave the actors union, or stay in the actors union and leave your $37 an episode job at Squidbillies. So he was like, and good night, Squidbillies. But they found another guy then. But again, we never recorded together. I think he was like recording it from his bathroom in Malibu or wherever he lived with his. But then the new guy was Bobby Ellerby. So he did most of them. He played the sheriff. But you almost can't tell the difference. But I think like Charles Napier had maybe 2 more cigarettes a day of his 12-pack a day habit than Bobby Ellerby did. So they're just a little bit less, and Bobby's from Georgia, and Charles Napier was from Kentucky. So there's like just a little different. He tried to sound like Charles Napier, but he's got a little more Georgia slide on it. just a little bit. But it was a pretty good replacement. Oh, God, it's so
Say,
early.
hey, if
We
you had
still-
gotten a chance to meet him, what would you have asked him or talked to him about?
Nothing. I mean, I don't like when I meet somebody like that. Like, I don't like, I am very shy. I know, Hardy. Everybody sounds like Bong now. Oh, you're totally not shy. But, like, I don't like in the green room and stuff, if it's somebody I don't know, like, I don't ever like to approach them because I'm always like, you know, that's their time. I don't want to be like I always talk to Barry Bostwick.
Always.
But that's because Barry Bostwick came up to me one time, a long time ago, because we were right across from each other, and then we started talking. So I always talk to him.
Yeah.
And people I know, if I work with, I like to talk to them. But those other people, like, I don't like to, and it's not because I'm not a fan of them, or like I think like I'm going to be a sycophantic whatever, but I just like, this is probably, like I didn't get my picture with Richard Simmons when I recorded with him because I was like, I don't want to. My friend Brooks yesterday, since you asked Trey, yes, I know. What was his question on? Yes, how did the Richard Simmons estate auction go yesterday? Well, Trey, I'll tell you. My friend bought one of his Richard Simmons bedazzled Swarovski crystal tank tops. All of them went between about $300, and I think the most expensive one was like $1,000. But I feel like that's probably the most iconic thing of Richard Simmons you could get. Wow. But yeah, I went to record with him, or I was recording. We were doing a show called Disney Fish Hooks, and it was like yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's like, we have a character named Doo-Wop Guy. Hey, Doo-Wop Guy, you going to the party tonight? Yeah. Oh, cool. You going to bring any food? Dip, 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 dip. Oh, you're bringing dip? Yeah. You bringing anybody else with you? Mama, mama, mama. Oh, you bring your mother? Yeah. It's only 3 words we can think of for Doo-Wop Guy, but they're in every Doo-Wop song. A very recent addition, like just in the last 3 weeks, Doo-Wop Guy has added mama, to his canon of responses. So now we're open up to all these other mother questions that he can answer mom to. That's a little side note. There's a lot of side projects I'm working on. Doo-Wop Guy, which will be a nothing, but we just laugh like idiots to each other. Guy hates doo-wop. What are you going to do? It's like, man, if it had been R&B guy, I would have loved it. What the hell were we talking about, Trey?
Trey,
what was the
question?
Oh, yeah,
Richard
the
Simmons.
Richard Simmons, yeah.
Yeah.
I met, so I was recording, and I always said, like, please record me right before or right after. I just sort of, like, look at them. You know what I mean? And they were like, one day, they're like, Dana, today's the day. And then the engineers who are in the booth, like our friends back here, you know, making everything happen, grinding the sausage, they were like, just get ready. Because when you meet Richard Simmons, you don't just meet him. He will give you a hug. I said, all right, that seems on brand. He goes, that hug is going to be real fucking long. We're like, what do you mean, like, long? He says, what's the longest hug you've ever had? I was like, I don't know. I don't know timing my hugs. He goes, well, however long it is, at least triple the length. I said, okay, fine. Sure, all right. And then the day happened. I got done in my booth. The voice director brought us over. You're going to have to be me in a minute.
All right, got it.
You remember.
Heard.
Okay, and I'm Richard Simmons. But the director takes us over, and she's like, Richard? He's like, yes. This is Dana. Okay. He's in the show with you. All right. And then, now stand up. And then he starts to do this.
Should I stand up here? So
I'll
be you?
No, this is great. He
right.
was tall. He had pumps on. He was very tall. He goes, okay. No. You're me.
I'm you.
You're
Oh, okay.
keeping-
All right.
No, and even Richard would. He just did this. Okay. Can you approach? But then he goes like this. Now, at this moment, stay here a minute. At this moment, wait, I'll go down. I have to go downstage. At this moment, the engineers have held up a digital clock in the booth that he cannot see because it's over here. And about, yeah, like that.
There you go, digital clock.
And about 2 minutes and 15 seconds into this hug. Right? Yeah, doing the math on that one. I start to go like, the grip is a little, but I start going like, well, Mr. Sim, I start to talk, so you start to talk. And he re-grips, like this is not for speaking. And he squeezing. 2 minutes and 30 seconds more. We're now past the 5-minute mark. And then, imagine this. So hold on. I'm gonna pretend now. Then okay, turn that way. But no, just like this. But oh no, we gotta go. Okay. You, all of you, you are the voiceover director. Okay, who's standing right here. So this after the hug, this is what he does. I gotta hold it this way. You've lost weight. And she goes, no, I haven't. Yes, you have. I noticed these things. She goes, well, maybe a little. She's a little lady from Louisiana. Never said another word to me. I just got a 5.5-minute hug and a peck on the cheek. Never said another word. My point is, at that point, as I've heard from everyone, meanwhile, and also like the engineers are being total dicks, right? They're going like everything you can think, just to try and get me to like start laughing or something. They were real close. I should have asked then, could I take a picture with you? It would have been totally acceptable. And I've heard from everybody who had been there, like anybody who ever wanted a picture or an autograph, he would always do it. He would stay if it was an hour and a half later, because everybody in the building wanted to get their picture with him. He was more than happy to do it. So maybe I think, of everyone who's ever seen Richard Simmons in person, I'm probably the only person who does have a picture with him. But that's like that, and like one day we were recording. I was recording as the Penguin, and I was there with Mark Hamill, who was recording the Joker, just the two of us, and then he was telling me about the end of the new Star Wars movie, like a week before it came out. But then, like afterwards, the engineers came out, and they're like, oh, could we get a picture? And he was like, yeah, of course, guys, because, he's like super nice guy. But again, I was like, I don't want to seem like that guy. Like, even though, maybe it's insulting then if they don't want to take should we get a picture? I don't need one so much. I'm kind of fine. I met this guy. There was this great guy. He's a character actor, Mike Starr. If you look him up, he's in everything. He's like Joey Roastbeef and Goodfellas, and he's in a bunch of Spike Lee movies. He's like just a big New York medicine ball head Goomba guy, you know what I mean? But he's like in everything, and he's super nice. He always comes into the smokehouse because he's friends with the bartender, Gary, our friend. But he has the best move. Because sometimes, like, somebody will come up to him and they want to talk about, like, oh, I wanted to know what it was like, with working with Martin Scorsese or whatever, and they'll drag him into this, long conversation, but he's got to move. I watched him do it like 3 times at the smokehouse in one night. He was like, somebody came up like, oh, Mr. Starr, I'm a real big fan. He goes, well, we should take our picture then. And the guy takes his picture, then immediately walks away, because that's all he really wanted. He didn't want to talk to him about the nuances of playing Joey Roastbeef or whatever. He was like, most people just want their picture with me because I'm like a character actor and they don't know my name, but they don't really want to talk. They're just trying to build up to the fact of, could I take her picture? So now I just immediately ask, we should take our picture. I don't even ask him. I just tell him,
Get out of
we
the
should
way.
take our picture then. He goes, and then they like immediately walk away. Like they don't care at all what the hell's going on. They're already
It's
gone.
genius, actually.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
A legit question back here.
A hand is waving in the
see,
distance.
I see. Wait! Don't speak. Don't say a word. Hold on. What's that guy's name? Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Skellington hat, right behind the Sims. All right, Jack Skellington hat. Please stand up. What's your name? Jonah. Jonah? Did I say it right? Okay. What is your question? Oh, that's a great question. What was my favorite? Did everyone hear it? Does anyone care? Oh, okay. All right. Good. All right. Hey, we got them. Still.
They're
All
in the right
okay.
place. All right.
What's that? Okay. That's right. Hey, we should take our picture then. That guy will be out in the ladder in about 20 minutes. Don't worry. I mean, the best thing was working with those guys. I mean, Ashley is a delight who plays Molly McGee. We always recorded together. I didn't really record with anybody else, like in the booth together. It was very exciting for me because it was at Disney. I'm a super Disney nerd. So like every once in a while I'd try and like peek at shit like, is that a new ride at Disneyland over there? Like, just keep walking. Don't, But like we recorded in the same recording studio where they did Frozen. I know, impressive. You could smell the stink of Elsa and Anna's sweaty vocal cords in there still. But like Bill and Bob, they're the guys who made the show, and they also did that Lego Star Wars Freemaker Adventure Spectacular Halloween, Christmas, whatever it is. What is it? What'd you say? Oh, I thought you said something.
No, it was
Okay.
Trey. It was Trey.
Oh, yes. But yeah, I mean, so then COVID happened. We got like halfway through the first season, then COVID happened, and then all of a sudden, like some box showed up on my front step that had, I don't know, $75,000 worth of equipment in it. Not really, it was probably like $2,000, but still, it was like a microphone and a this thing and a that thing. But no one told me. I was like, here's the thing. If I sent $5,000 worth of shit to your house, you would bet I would make sure you knew who sent it to your house. First off, so I get the credit. Secondly, so it didn't get stolen or rained on or anything. Like they just dumped it off from Sweetwater or whatever that recording music company is.
That's the one.
I was like, they didn't even tell you? No, nothing. They were just like, send everybody and then they sent like a little mic, like probably like more like a podcasting mic, because they're like, well, like everybody, right? They're like, COVID's just going to last for like a week or two. Like, okay. Yeah, cut to like, it's like still now there's people walking around with stuff. And so then they sent a much better mic, like 2 weeks later, like maybe this will be longer than just 2 weeks. But then after that, we did it all online. But Ashley and I still did it together. And Ashley had her fart box, which is what we call it. She had like a little mobile studio in her room, in one of her rooms in her house, which is like for soundproof. I, of course, have a built-in studio in my 78-room Malibu mansion. I don't need this. I'm like independently wealthy. This is all just a hobby for me. I don't have any debt. Yeah. I don't have any. I don't even use credit cards. I just have stacks of cash everywhere. I use a different car every day. I'm very rich. You've been in my house.
Absolutely.
I got
lost.
I have a guest house inside my other house because I don't want them to have to go outside and get lost. I have like a outdoor fields and indoor yards.
Yeah. It has its own zip code. It's huge.
That's right. There's like, those stair things where you can sit on the chair like in the Goonies where she flies out the window. Or the Gremlins. I have those all through my house.
Yeah.
Just same level, just so you can ride around a little bit. We have little races.
There's a monorail.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah. Because but independently, I'm like a squillionaire. I keep it on the lowdown because I don't want people to know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes,
the question.
Was the choice
No, that was not my choice. I mean, I was happy that was the. Well, I'll tell you, when they are. Hold on. How much time we got?
Plenty. We got 28 minutes, 26 minutes. Math.
Oh, God.
Math.
Okay.
The math isn't mathing.
Soda. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's just. Just for a second. Just for.
It's liquid death in there. It's just water. We just rebranded it so it looks
Here's
cooler.
the thing. I go green. Okay. I would be recycling. This is water in here. I just been reusing this.
Yes.
For many days. That doesn't touch my lips. But this is.
Yeah, that of a new bottle, that was a sound effect. We added that.
I'd like to hear you say that again in a dark alley, bud. While you're drinking your craft IPAs, I'm what's fueling America. Okay? You know what a guy said? You know what no guy says? I just got through reframing my house and mowing the lawn. I can't wait for a refreshing IPA craft beer. Maybe that has some kind of weird TCH hops in it. No. They say I want a beer that tastes like water so I can drink it all day and I can have as many as I want. And I'm not on an episode of Cops. There you go.
Cheers. Here's to hydration.
That's how I feel about Miller Lite. So it's the best beer in the world. It's the only beer. All right, now back to Graballa of the Hutt. I'm sorry, I had to. When we auditioned, they didn't tell me what it was for at all. It just said, you are a Brooklyn gangster and your uncle is the mob boss. So it was all just like weird, like just weird mob, like I got to get this stuff to Tony and Bada Boom and Giga Gaba and whatever it was. But see, that sounds close to Huddy, so not Giga Gaba, but like it was all just like, hey, forget about it. I'm so sorry, because he's nervous of the guy. And then like whatever, like a month later, they were like, hey, you got that job. And I was like, what job is that? I don't understand. They're like, well, it's actually Star Wars. I was like, what? Then they're like, yeah, you're Jabba the Hutt's cousin. I said, wait a minute. I'm going to have to talk in that like, Kuba Gakaja Kajiki Bago. I said, I don't know how to do that. They said, no, they want you to do exactly like you are. I said, okay, well, that's a relief. So I think and apparently there's another part in that show, in that Legos, that was like a guy who was just like a guy who works on the Death Star, like an employee of the Death Star, but he was voiced by Richard Kind, right? You know that guy who's like in everything.
He's great, yeah.
Thank God he's getting more work. I get worried about him. He's not working enough. He's only in almost everything instead of everything, so I get worried about him. But apparently, Bill and Bob, the guys who made the show, it was like that guy on the Death Star and Graballa the Hutt, and they told me later, like, we knew we wanted both of you. We just didn't know who we wanted as the Death Star guy and who we wanted as Graballa the Hutt. So probably I would have been the other guy if I wasn't Graballa the Hutt, but I feel like I like my part more because I don't know what that guy's name is. But yeah, but I think their plan all along it was going to completely just be as a way to like make it more of a joke. Because like Jabba the Hutt comes in and he's like, Ukaka Habiyada. I know, but give me a break, will you? I'm trying. I can't do everything at once. Kukachaga. Please, there's no need to yell.
Get off my case.
And watch that foul language, please. There's children around here. Kagacha. Oh my God, I can't believe the whole thing. Muguga blagada. Why would you do that? It's an innocent girl. Ropes and mayonnaise, disgusting. But I think it's like funnier to do it like that. Then it's like, well, I mean, I watched. All right, speaking of Star Wars, I just watched that last Star Wars movie again the other day when I was in Montgomery, Alabama, at my friend's house. That one with the end. Like I don't know what the last one is. There's too many now. But like the last one with the real people, like that's still like Luke Skywalker and. I don't know which one it is. Like they're on a planet of Sith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And like the Emperor guy's still there. He's like, do you believe in genealogy? My grandchild? Spoiler alert. If you didn't see it. I mean, it was out 15 years ago now. And there's like all the Imperial ships, those big, whatever those ones are. You know what I mean? Like not the Star, I don't know what they call them. Yeah, okay, Yeah, you're the Star Wars people over there. Star Wars. See, this is another thing about convention. No matter what damn panel you go to, they always end up talking about that damn Star Wars.
Always.
Every one. I don't care what it's about. The Care Bears panel. They're going to start talking. Well, Rainbow Star Sprinkle was really based on Princess Leia. There's always some Star Wars for every one of them, because they got to keep relevant. Otherwise, yeah. They know what side the bread is buttered on. Here, and the Bugaloos panel in an hour, and oh God, I forgot what we were talking about. Anyway, that last Star Wars movie is pretty lousy. I didn't understand how they said, like, there's Sith, and there's always a Sith Lord. Like, they were real clear about that in the first of the last 3 movies. And then all of a sudden, by the last movie, there's like a squillion Sith in this weird amphitheater that the Emperor's in, like on a weird marionette thing, and they're like weekend at burning him on this big weird arm thing so he can talk to his grandchild, but there's like the whole audience of other weird Sith people. Fell apart. I'm looking at you, J.J. Abrams. But I mean, I also don't know how you could win doing, no matter what they would do, someone would be, there's too much riding on it.
Yeah.
Nobody, like if they do a new Indiana Jones, I prefer all the Indiana Jones. I like Star Wars a lot, but I like the Indiana Jones stuff more. Even the lousy ones, when they're like, we got to get the Rubik's Cube back to Russian guy's house or whatever it is, like. And at the end, then Indiana Jones just peels the stickers off and puts the colors where they should go instead of actually solving it. With the bag of dust, and then he just rips all the stickers off. Go, we got to run, Marion. Get that Rubik's Cube. That'll be when he's like 100, because by then it'll be the 80s.
Yeah.
Because wasn't like the last one was like the 50s or the 60s or something, or the 60s, right?
It's really hilarious.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones in a breakdance battle.
Yeah, just like his skin in a bag. We gotta get the Rubik's Cube. All right, Andy. Just all dust now.
Indiana Jones in the boombox of doom or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We gotta get the Rubik's Cube that'll show us where the boombox is. Then a chance meeting with Ronald Reagan. All the 80s. Sputnik. No, that's real earlier. Okay, yes. You there, please. Oh. Haunts me. Well, first off, in my daily life, not being a celebrity or a superstar, most people don't know who I am. I barely know who I am. I mean, I think I'm probably more haunted by mediocre Meatwad impersonations than any line that I've done. I have noticed an uptick lately. I don't know why. Don't ask me how the world works. I've noticed an uptick in people quoting me a line that Granny said, which was, let's go put some cough drops up our buttholes and play video games. Now, what's been happening lately that this has somehow sparked itself into the zeitgeist or I don't know if there's some.
It's a new TikTok trend, actually.
I mean, is there some
That's
TikTok
what the kids are.
trend
That's
or
what the kids are doing now.
Insta meme or whatever. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I mean, I know it's from the show when she was pretending to be a teenager to hang out with some cool teenagers. But like, when you're sitting at a table and there's just some like 47-year-old dude in a Ford Bronco t-shirt who walks up to you and doesn't say anything and just goes, let's put some cough drops up our butthole and play video games. I feel like I've put a little something into the air, into the culture. Like.
And good morning.
Yeah, like Da Vinci can be like, Mona Lisa, that's all me. Leonardo Da Vinci, or that is Da Vinci, the other guy.
dash
That's
Dana.
my Sistine Chapel. That'll be on the tombstone.
Yeah.
Dana Snyder, 1973, 2026. Let's put some cough drops up our butthole and play video games. And then people will leave cough drops all around. It'll be like a little homage, like the end of Schindler's List when they're putting the rocks, but they'll be putting cough drops. Wrapped or unwrapped, it doesn't matter. The tribute's still there. I'll take it. Happy to get it. Whoa, look at this. Buttholes and cough drops are sparking a lot of questions. A forest of hands.
They're like, so how?
All right.
So how you do it? That's what.
They know how to do it.
All right, which hand
just
should we
don't
go
go
to?
extra menthol. Word to the wise. Who's first? I don't know. You're in charge of this.
Let's go there.
Oh my God. Listen, you AI loving IPA craft beer drinking.
Kill me.
Kill me.
I am your robot overlord.
Notice I didn't say yes. He's reading it anyway. Okay, all right. I see how this is going. You and Trey ought to hang out. You guys get real surly with each other.
So if ChatGPT were to ask you a question, it would ask, have you ever been asked to do the Master Shake voice in a situation where it was absolutely wildly inappropriate, like a funeral, wedding, courtroom, or a hospital?
A wedding courtroom. Like where they get married? Order in the court. Who's getting married? Well, that's probably a better question than a lot of them I've ever gotten. So maybe this AI thing isn't all so bad. I don't know. I'm rethinking it. I mean, I don't think I've ever been asked, I don't think I've ever been asked to do I don't like I do cameos, you know? But I know some people like doing them in public, but I get real embarrassed. I don't like doing it in public because I don't want to. I had to do one. I had to. It was about to run out last week when we were in Disney World. So we were at Epcot. Right after we walked in, there was like a quiet little area, like no one was over there. And so I went and did it. But I still felt like a super goon. Like I felt like these, the guy on this is my phone now. That's why I carry this also. It's a prop. It's an endless. It's like the Japanese storyteller that they use the fan for many different things. It could be a fan or like a microphone or all that. I look like those guys like, hey, there's a new butterscotch churro today. We're going to go try it out. Let's walk in. And then they're like, just walk.
I'm all over the place at Disney World.
Filming themselves, walk around, streaming. They're probably millionaires.
Probably.
They certainly make more money than we'll ever make up here, else.
True story.
But I always feel like Goonie doing it in public.
Can we
There's
do it?
also so many people, 99.9999% of all the people, even in America, do not know what the hell Aqua Teen Hunger Force or Adult Swim or Master Shake is. And so to be at some supermarket and some guy going, happy birthday, Julie, yay! They're like, the police. Call the police right now. Call the police, turn on the body cam. Something's going to happen. It's not going to be good. He's going to be out in handcuffs. Because it's just like, it's still my voice. It's just me screaming. It's not it's like terrible. So I avoid it. But I did do it at Epcot. So and I told her on her birthday, I said, I hope you know, I'll be going again. I'm going again in 1 week. So if you want a cameo from Disney World and watch me be embarrassed with weird people riding by, book one next week. But yeah, I was like, I always get embarrassed to do it. Sometimes you have to do it. I did it in Columbus at the airport, but I gave my bag and then I walked back out and walked to where they park the cop cars to tell people to get their shit moving along when you're like, no, he's coming right out. Like, lady, he ain't coming out. You've been sitting here for 25 minutes at that pickup lane. I know what you're doing. You're just waiting. But I went down at the end, and then I was screaming again, more, happy birthday, Julie! Hey, don't take any wooden nickels. But then I realized I'm screaming into a phone around all the parked cop cars, which looks probably worse. Like I'm going to, I'm some kind of anarchist or going to do some kind of a socialist video or something. I don't know what the hell, but I did it. But I don't like doing them. Great. Thank you for your question, AI.
Thank
you are
you.
welcome. I am connected to all computers. Wait. Okay, back. Way in the back.
All the way in the back.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Whoa. The hell? Where did that cut? Whoa, that guy. His question, I'm going to do the question and the response from someone else in the audience. Will you do the question, I'll be the guy, the responder guy.
All right. Will you be doing any more voices on Bob's Burgers?
Ooh! Like, burn!
Oh!
Oh, no, he didn't.
Damn!
I have no clue. I hope I will. I've done it. You know, I did it 3 times. Yes, I did it 3 times. I was Pud in the episode in the frat house, and then I was a guy named Sheldon in the remote control helicopter episode. I mean, I didn't write
like
it.
that
I barely
episode.
did.
They
hate
didn't like
Bob's
it.
Burgers. That's all right.
They hated it.
Not for everybody. And then I also played T.J. McTinselbud in the Christmas episode where Eugene has a beloved Christmas album that the family breaks. And then at the very end, I show up and I'm like, hey, baby, it's all good. It's about the music, baby. And then, so at one point, I was in Bangor, Maine, and it was the night that Molly McGee was premiering, but I was in Bangor, Maine. I got there for a comic convention. And I got a call from Dave Willis about his friend who worked on Bob's Burgers, and he said, don't film this. I don't know if it's secret or not. I mean, it's all gone now, but...
All right, phones, cameras down,
yeah.
cameras down.
I mean, that's a
Let's
courtesy to
let's
all
enjoy
of us.
this.
You know what I
together.
mean? I don't want to get kicked out of show business any more than I already am. I'm already across the street. I don't want to get kicked out of showbiz town. The whole...
You're like the off-strip show
Yeah,
in
yeah, I'm like
Vegas.
outside the gated communities. I can't no, I'm going to visit a friend. Like, I'm going to need his name, sir. You're not on the list. I'm that guy waiting outside the club. But the other guy called, he said, we have a cartoon emergency, which never happens. So we have a cartoon emergency. Bill Hader doesn't want to be in Bob's Burgers anymore. And we knew he didn't want to for a while, just for his schedule or whatever it was. So we've been talking for a while about who we wanted to replace him, and we really couldn't agree. Like all the writers, like no one could agree. However, you were the one person everybody agreed on. So like, I wasn't anyone's favorite, but I was everyone's less favorite. You know what I mean? It's like running for Senate or something. Like, I hate that guy, but I really hate that guy.
You're the
so
last
I guess
winner.
It's that guy. Yeah, right. But I was in Bangor, Maine, and they needed to record it that day. I had nothing with me. I'm going over to and it was a convention in an abandoned mall, except there were stores there still, but not like mall stores anymore. They were like, instead of Spencer's Gift, it was like Tim's Gifts. And like, it wasn't Orange Julius, it was like Grapefruit Julius. And like, they're all like slightly off. And like the room Mick Foley was there. The room we were signing in was very clearly used to be the Build-A-Bear workshop. The podcasting room very clearly used to be Victoria's Secret. Like, it was kind of awesome, but also apocalyptic. But I didn't have anything, so like I went to the podcast guys who were doing their podcast over there. And I was like, do you have any type of a microphone and things? They were like, absolutely. I'm like, okay. Now I don't know where to record. I had to find some place to record. So one of the guys who was like helping them run the convention, he owned a sports bar. And he was like, well, I got an office upstairs. So then like we get the equipment from the podcast guys, and they're like excited because like Bob's Burgers. And then they said like, well, if you do him, then you're also going to be in the movie. I was like, this would be so exciting. And then we go to the sports bar. We go upstairs to his office, and I'm recording in there, and it's like the size of that couch. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to sound like him? They're like, no. Everyone just said, just do your regular voice which I already did twice before on that show, because 2 of them, they also didn't want me to do any type of voice or anything, just use my voice. So I did it. And they were like, it was going to air like 3 days later. Like it was 0 time.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, this is like, I was like, not only that, but then also the Ghost and Molly McGee, a show we worked on for like 2 years, was premiering that night. This was like the greatest night of my life. To sit alone in a Drury Inn hotel room and eat weird hot dogs by yourself. But then I did it. And they said, nope, that's exactly what we want, great. And then like a week later, he called me back and he was like, I'm sorry. Like there was like one executive somewhere high up the chain who was like, no. So then I didn't get it. But I think the only thing that did make me, I mean, you know, that's the way it goes, that it happens. But I mean, I was very disappointed because I was like, man, I'm going to be that damn movie. I'm going to be in this show all the time. But I said because he sounded like the other 2 guys, which I would have done something different had they said anything, but they didn't want me to. But the guy who ended up doing it, the thing I don't feel bad about is the guy who ended up doing it was Lauren, who created the show. So, like, clearly at some point he was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. All right, fine. We got 3 minutes before. He probably did it live when it was airing the first time. They just had a gap like, come on, we got to get up the stairs. Okay, that's good. All right. But then also, like, you know, 2 weeks later, I was like, real. And also, like, I had spent all this time, like, trying to go around and get everybody to help me do this. And it was like, and I was very grateful they all helped me. But then, like, 2 weeks later, my agent called and she's like, I know you're not going to really like this, but you kind of got requested to replace Bill Hader in Inside Out 2. I was like, no. I just went through this with this Bill Hader guy. What he hates about me so much. But then they ended up getting the other celebrity guy anyway. So, I mean, I'm not saying I would have gotten it, but it was just very ironical that after going through all that rigmarole, then 2 weeks later, they wanted again to replace him in the Inside Out movie. Which, by the way, I know he's like, you're not paying me enough money for the next one. I get it. Pixar has like $17 squillion, right? Yeah, they could pay him double. However, just to be in it, I guess that's a Bill Hader problem. Yeah, we're nobodies. Don't worry. We're just talking about something. I think she was trying to decipher who we were.
Probably.
Yeah, which I get it. I mean, all these rooms are like, what's going on in here? But, yeah, like, you'd still be in it. And also, they make so much money, you get residuals and stuff. You'd be like, if I was in a Pixar movie, no one would ever see me again. I'd be like, well, that's it, I'm done. I got my money. I'm buying my weird house in the middle of nowhere. Goodbye, world. That's it. I'm going to live, I'm going to mow my lawn, I'm going to reframe my house, drink my Miller Lights. That's the end of it. Talk to AI, my AI companion. Oh, all right. One or A or B?
Well, we got only
3
like
minutes.
a
2.5
minute, 2 minutes, and we got to also have time to take a stage selfie. So listen,
my
if you
God,
didn't get a
this
chance to ask your question here, you can visit Dana down. He'll be here for the rest of the
Sure.
weekend. I got a question for you. Well, you have anything on the horizon that we can look forward to that you're allowed to speak about?
Good question. I got a great job I can't talk about. That's nice. I mean, you know, all the stuff. We're doing new Patrick Star show. There's some Star Wars thing coming out in the sometime closest future. More Graballa with Graballa the Hutt. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know I did episodes of a couple new shows, and I think I got a new regular part on a show. But that one, I think I'll get in trouble if I say what it is.
Well, let's not
But
say
it's a network show,
Ooh,
big time.
that's great.
That's like a Cadillac, as opposed to the '78 Chevette I've been driving around in show business.
My gremlin.
Yes, my AMC Gremlin.
Well, this has been a fun hour talking about so many different projects, talking about Adult Swim.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me think.
Yeah,
So,
let's give the people what they want for the final. here.
tomorrow.
Yes, what's going on?
At noon is I don't know what room, but we're going to do our Drunk on Disney. If you are not coming to the party tonight, I've just been informed there are like 7 tickets left for the thing tonight, with the food and the drinks and the gifts and the lucrative parting gifts. There's like 7 left. They extended it because it's sold out, so they extended it 7 more tickets. But tomorrow we're going to do the free Drunk on Disney with showing our weird movies, and we'll have some prizes to give out there, but littler prizes. Not the lovely parting gifts like the Yeti cups. Those are, sorry, not made of money. I know I was just talking about my house inside the house, but that's in my fantasy world. When I got that Bill Hader job,
Yeah.
that would have been my first thing I'm buying, a house in a house. Guest house.
It would be interesting to try to fit it in your already gigantic mansion.
It's hard. I mean, each room, my bedroom's about this big as this room. I have a running track around it so I can get up in the morning, do a quick mile run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Dana.
have a big catapult to go into the bed. I lay in the catapult. It throws me into bed at the end of the night. It's real fun.
Well, this is our time, everybody. One more time, give it up for Dana Snyder.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Dana, should we take a picture with everybody right now? You think it's a good idea?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's do it. I know that's what that's all they want is a picture anyway. So everybody standing up. We're going to come out down to the stage.